Kim Kardashian has had enough. This complete debacle of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's making has made them even more toxic in Hollywood than they were before, and that is saying something.
Surviving royal warfare, navigating Hollywood's viper's den, and enduring a world obsessed with dissecting her every blink has built Meghan an armor thicker than steel. Yet Kim Kardashian shattered it effortlessly, with nothing more than a single, silent press of delete.
The Kardashians not happy about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle overshadowing Kris Jenner's party.
Meghan stepped into Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash, dripping with the kind of self-assurance reserved for people who believe every lens in the room exists to worship them. She anticipated spotlight, whispers, maybe even a headline waiting to crown her the moment dawn broke. Instead, she received the digital equivalent of being quietly shown the door of an exclusive VIP lounge.
Kim is pissed off. And it's not a surprise, is it? Given that the Kardashians are the royal family.
The photo with Kim vanished so cleanly it was as if she'd never stepped into the room at all. And that's where the real story ignites. It all began with a single image, one innocent-looking snapshot of Meghan Markle standing beside Kim Kardashian. The sort of picture Meghan typically uploads, re-uploads, archives, prints, and maybe even pitches for inclusion in some future glossy documentary.
What's very clear is that the first ask was from Meghan Markle. That's what I was told. Get these photos up. Why am I not in it? The second ask is Prince Harry. Take them the hell down.
For a fleeting moment, she had exactly what she'd been chasing, a brush with America's most influential digital dynasty. But then the unimaginable unfolded. The photo evaporated quietly, smoothly, disappearing faster than Harry's grin at an official engagement. Fans spotted it, saved it, and within seconds of Meghan trying to refresh her screen, it was erased from Kim's grid like a mark the Kardashian brand had no intention of keeping. And truthfully, for a family that turns every heartbeat into content, removing a post feels close to a battle cry. Kim doesn't delete by mistake. She deletes with purpose.
They've hired the best paparazzi in the business to take photos of all the guests coming in.
Yes.
This is how we got our favorite platonic couple, Oprah and Gayle, together, right?
And within minutes, the online world detonated with theories. Why had Meghan vanished? Was it drama? Was it shade? Did Kim decide the picture didn't fit her razor-sharp aesthetic? Or did someone known for being meticulous about poses, lighting, and how every detail lands online, quietly request its removal? Because let's be real, if there's anyone in Hollywood who treats her public image like a high-stakes job, it's Meghan. And according to early chatter, she absolutely noticed. Some observers said she seemed puzzled, annoyed, maybe even a bit stunned that her brief moment of Kardashian proximity disappeared before she could use it to her advantage. But believe me, the truth behind that missing post goes far deeper than a simple tap on a screen. What happened next blindsided even seasoned Hollywood watchers.
Kim and Kris and all of them are just totally furious because it's about the fact that they are overshadowing Kris's 70th birthday celebrations. No one wants the toxic twosome taking over every single major event in their life.
Kris Jenner's 70th birthday wasn't the kind of scene where someone like Meghan Markle could simply slip in and act as though she belonged to the innermost circle. It played out like a James Bond themed billionaire fantasy staged inside Jeff Bezos' mansion, packed with people who treat media attention the way Meghan treats motivational quotes, carefully chosen, meticulously styled, and heavily polished. Guests drifted through the gold-lined entrance as if luxury was their first language. Meanwhile, Meghan stepped in with the energy of someone silently praying her unexpected arrival might morph into a headline-making moment. Instead, the room barely flickered. A-listers reconnected, power players laughed over champagne, influencers fought for the perfect frame, and there stood Meghan elegant, yes, but out of rhythm with the glossy, commanding Kardashian vibe. And Harry, he looked like he was mentally counting down the minutes until he could spend this entire night as research for some future documentary project.
Harry is looking at Kris.
Oh.
If you look closely, okay.
His eyes.
Do you see where they are?
On her boobs.
And he looks wasted, wasted. And Meghan, that's your prize, okay? That's your due. Your prince of the blood. He's ogling a 70-year-old.
Guests recalled an atmosphere of genuine puzzlement. People murmured to one another, wondering whether the Sussexes were even listed because their entrance felt less like a VIP moment and more like two people who drifted in after trailing the hum of camera flashes. They moved through the room with the kind of stiff energy you get when someone arrives expecting cheers and instead receives polite, hollow smiles. The Kardashians didn't rush toward them. Kris didn't sprint for a photo moment. And the Jenners were too wrapped up in the celebration to acknowledge Meghan's arrival. And the most surprising detail? They stayed barely 10 minutes, just long enough for Meghan to evaluate the room, realize she wasn't the star of the storyline, and slip out before anyone questioned why she had shown up. But truthfully, their abrupt exit wasn't even the strangest twist of the night. The real shockwave hit when Kim posted and then removed the photo. The second Kim Kardashian wiped that picture, the internet didn't just react, it detonated. Because Kim doesn't delete posts unless something clashes with her brand. And apparently, Meghan standing beside her triggered the same vibe as an unexpected pop-up ad crowding an otherwise curated screen.
She would have realized that had she just stayed as a royal, it would have been the likes of Kris Jenner, desperate to be in a room with her.
Yes.
Desperate to be in a room with Meghan Markle, and how the tables have turned, and she's not as clever as she thinks.
Yeah.
She doesn't get that this is not good for her brand.
Instantly, theories erupted fast, loud, and absolutely brutal. Some fans swore Kim took one look at the photo and realized Meghan simply didn't fit the aesthetic. Because let's be honest, Kim's feed is basically a luxury gallery, and Meghan tends to bring the energy of a motivational speaker who accidentally wandered into a celebrity event looking for the VIP mindfulness panel. Others argued the Kardashians wanted zero royal-adjacent PR storms, messing up their perfectly engineered timeline. Being photographed with Meghan these days practically comes with a free trial of public backlash, and the Kardashians don't do anything that interferes with their brand math. Then came the spicier theory. Insiders whispered Meghan herself might have demanded the photo come down. Maybe she didn't like the lighting, maybe she didn't like the angle, or maybe the outfit comparison wasn't swinging in her favor next to Kim's sharper, more polished look. Because if there's one thing Meghan fears more than negative press, it's an unflattering photo slipping into the wild without her royal veto stamp. Controlling her narrative isn't a hobby, it's her full-time personality.
Revealing that Kim Kardashian, after this debacle, has actually decided to cut off Meghan Markle altogether after what insiders are calling a total vibe clash at the birthday party.
The instant Meghan noticed the photo had disappeared, whispers suggest she was far from pleased. But honestly, the deletion itself wasn't the real sting. The true cut ran deeper, slicing closer to her ego than any vanished Instagram post could. What truly ignited the frenzy wasn't just the erased image, it was the rumor that Meghan and Harry hadn't even been officially invited to Kris Jenner's birthday. Suddenly, their brief appearance shifted from awkward cameo to unintentional gatecrash. Guests described it as less of a red carpet arrival and more like two strangers following the trail of camera flashes, hoping no one noticed. It was the social equivalent of showing up to VIPs, only to be met with security's puzzled gaze. People whispered among themselves, who invited them? Kris and Kim didn't rush to greet them. The Jenners were too busy savoring the night to acknowledge them, and nobody acted as though the Sussexes were expected. Yet Meghan strolled in like she assumed her presence would light up the room, only to find the party barely registered her. The 10-minute cameo suddenly made sense when insiders joked Meghan might have been angling for a quick photo to prove she was still orbiting Hollywood's A-list, blissfully unaware that the Kardashians operate on an entirely different plane, where clout is earned, not claimed. The rumor that they were uninvited didn't just sting, it rewrote the narrative, turning Meghan's strategy into a misfire before it ever began. And that night revealed just how far from Hollywood's inner circle she had drifted. The Sussexes had become, for lack of a better word, outsiders, desperate for relevance, but painfully exposed. Once the photo disappeared, the internet didn't just notice, it mobilized like a digital SWAT team, obsessively piecing together the how, the why, and the what next. Fans scoured timestamps, stories, reposts, even reflections of light, hunting for the tiniest clue, and every detail made Meghan seem more out of place. Screenshots of Kim's original post resurfaced almost immediately, proving the image had existed before vanishing. TikTok creators pounced, dissecting the exact second Meghan had been scrubbed from the narrative. Meanwhile, the Kardashian-Jenner recap posts went live, drenched in glamour, power, and chaos, and Meghan and Harry? Invisible. As if the universe had collectively decided they were merely extras in someone else's story. PR analysts weighed in, pointing out that the Kardashians never remove content accidentally, cementing the event as a calculated thanks, but no thanks. Critics had a field day, painting Meghan as someone desperately inserting herself where she wasn't wanted. Even her supporters struggled with the optics, while Harry became a meme, the bewildered plus one to his own life. Online, it wasn't just chaos, it was a glaring message about Meghan's current standing. The deleted photo whispered truths Hollywood insiders had long murmured. Meghan isn't the kind of star Hollywood craves now. She generates drama, not electricity. The Kardashians, masters of brand synergy, decided she added complication, not value. The missing image spoke volumes. Not personal, not petty, it was definitive. To Hollywood, she wasn't essential, she was optional. Insiders joked that the 10 minutes she spent at the party were the most networking effort she'd put in years, yet it moved nothing. Attempts to rebuild relevance through selective appearances, strategic leaks, and insider exclusives began to resemble treading water, not steering the ship. When a family as brand-savvy as the Kardashians quietly distances itself, everyone notices. The aftermath wasn't chaos. It was a surgical recalibration of Meghan's place in Hollywood. And sadly, it wasn't anywhere near where she'd hoped to land. And just like that, another royal circus concluded, starring none other than Meghan Markle herself. The woman who can turn a teacup into a global scandal and a minor inconvenience into a multi-part docuseries. But the story isn't over. If you thought today's chaos was dramatic enough to power Buckingham Palace for a decade, you haven't seen anything yet. The next video is a must-watch. Harry in shock as Sarah Ferguson reveals Meghan's yacht days with Andrew, the days she wishes the internet could erase. The days even Netflix can't dramatize properly. If you want vintage chaos, explosive revelations, and drama sharper than Meghan's latest PR script, that's your next stop. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join us. Star Spotlight serves royal scandals hotter than Meghan's victim monologues daily. Thanks for watching. Now grab your popcorn and dive into the madness.